Well, it's all over town.
Well,
I mean, you did fire me because I was in love and he was in love. Well, his alter ego, Martin, was in love with me. Until you brought Maurice back to life. So you have him, and I'm still jobless.
I think you need to get over it.
Okay. Maybe we can get over it. You know, you don't have that much support for your mayorship around town.
I have no support.
I always supported you.
Until you slept with the man I love.
I didn't know you loved him, and he wasn't even Maurice. He was Martin.
What do you want from me? Do you want your job back?
I want my friend back.
Friend.
Yes, friend. After Ronaldo died, I didn't have anyone, and you were there.
Yes, I was.
And then you fired me for no reason. I had no reason? I had no idea that Martin was Maurice.
Okay. So you want your job back?
I want my friend back. And my job back.
I can't just be your friend right off the bat. I'm still angry about what you've done.
Come on. The baby can't be mine. I'm a long-term bachelor.
I'm sorry you're having trouble getting pregnant. I know that's really been a point of sorrow for you, and
It has. Every time I've had a husband, he dies before I get pregnant.
well, if I understand it right, he dies while you're trying to get pregnant. Maybe you should cool it a little bit.
I can't help it that they have weak hearts, and I have strong pelvic muscles.
Well, is it gonna work?
One second. Give me that blade there. And that stapler. It's all done.
You don't need the stapler?
Jack, sit up. Put your shirt down. How do you feel, Jack?
I feel like you just cut open my chest.
You're alive!
30% of your heart is for Maddie. You're alive, you're gonna make it.
Maddie, you did that for me.
Of course I did.
Thank you, son. You saved my life. You saved my life, too.
You're damn right I did.
How can we ever repay you?
Consider it paid. I feel partly responsible for the death of Kent Hartley Reed. And I want to redeem myself, and there you go.
Doc, is my heart still in the same place? I talked to the mayor, and he said you could put it wherever you want.
It is in the same place, but I can move it for you if you wish. Is there a particular place you want your heart, son?
You know, in my body's fine enough.
So everything that was wrong with your, other regions, that's all fine now?
You get as many erections as you need. It's cured.
Not too bad.
It was an experimental procedure that I took a chance. It was 50-50.
50-50?
That's right.
Are there any side effects I should be worried about? I mean, I got your heart in my body.
Sometimes you might have flashes of Maddie's memories, but that's really all I know.
be any memory?
It can be any random memory.
Wait, Doc, are our memories stored in our hearts?
Partly.
I
I
really
don't know
should.
how, I don't know how it works fully, son. It's a mystery of medical science. But sometimes when you transplant an organ from someone else, you capture some of their characteristics, some of their personalities, and the memories. It's inexplicable.
All right.
Here.
Oh yeah, that feels a little better. Thank you, Doc.
I'll let you two have a moment, and I'll go wash up.
I want to run and hug you real tight, but I think we'll both rip our stitches.
Maddie, I can't believe you did that for me. I almost feel bad.
Don't you dare.
You only have...
I got a whole 2/3 of a heart.
Okay, good. I can't do fractions. What does that mean for you? I mean, the rest of your life, you're not going to have a whole heart. And I
That's
took
not
it
my
from you.
brother. What do I care? Look, I was never anything without you. I don't know how to walk around the world without knowing that you were there to have my back. This is nothing compared to all the stuff you've given me.
Mayor, your sister is dead.
No.
I met with...
No, Crystal does this sometimes. She's always been a bit loopy. She just wanders off, and you find her in a Reno bar singing with a piano player, or maybe she's down in Louisiana cooking gumbo.
She's dead, Mayor! I met with her ex-husband.
Bud Franklin?
He gave me this note that she wrote and was clutching at her death.
Well, if he is not my father, then who is?
And if he's not her father, he's not yours either. Seems the high and mighty Rutherford Johannesburg Johnson isn't so high and mighty anymore, is he? That's some drink. Why don't you fess up, Mayor? You know everything that goes on in that family of yours. Who's your real father?
Pico J. Johnson.
That's a lie.
No. It's the truth. You come storming in here, all piss and vinegar, trying to put me on the spot when I have to deal with my dead sisters. Reality?
You're trying to hold on to the wealth and fame and status of the name, but I have this note, and I know for a fact that you're lying now.
If you want to sully your love's legacy, then you go on ahead. Crystal was adopted, Rusty. Folks don't take kindly to adopted children in Beaver Pines. You know that. Well, remember what happened to that Masterson boy?
Yeah.
Found out he was adopted and moved him on out to Gravity Falls.
That was a long way down.
Never heard from him again.
So, you're saying that she wasn't really your twin?
We were 10 years apart and vastly different skin colors.
How did you two pull it off all these years?
Because despite the fact that she wasn't my sister by blood, not all families are blood related, Rusty. Sometimes the family is the family you make. And she and I were closer than any brother and sister, twins or not, who ever lived.
Then why would someone kill her over this? Why would someone kill her to keep her real father's name from coming to light?
You sure somebody killed her? We never told her she was adopted.
I don't understand.
She wasn't the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree.
Watch how you talk about her.
She's my sister, Rusty. I've known her my whole damn life. And you walk in here telling me how I should feel about her? Well, to hell with you! I have more right to grieve her than anyone in this damn town.
More right to grieve her? You have no right to grieve nothing, Mayor. You don't care about another living soul except yourself. You never have and you never will.
That's an easy lie you get to tell yourself.
An easy lie. You were going to put Matty in a loony bin just for being who he is.
This isn't a goddamn stage play. This is real life. There's no black and white hats. There's no clear, bright line between good and evil. You make choices in the real world, Rusty. Choices that have impacts on real people. You want to shut down that factory that's polluting the river? All those people have to go home with empty cupboards. Those are choices, real choices. And we have to make them up here in the mayor's office, not some la-di-da fancy place that you live in.
Matty isn't a choice. He's a human being. And if you say one more thing, I swear I'll kill you myself.
Maddie? Maddie?
Jack, you all right?
Oh, I just had the strangest dream.
What's going on?
It was when we were kids, and I could see myself as if I was looking from your eyes. We were out in those hills. I was you, and you kept saying, "You're possessed by Satan." You remember that game we used to play? Possession? Where you were the priest, and I was the one who was possessed, and you kicked me down the hill, and I rolled.
That's the closest I figured I'd ever get to religion.
Well, Maddie, when I was looking through your eyes, I saw this hole in the ground by this big oak tree. And a little glint in the roots of the tree. It was gold, Maddie.
You mean it's really there?
If your memory in my heart serves me correct, yeah.
That whole memory's so fuzzy for me now, so I'll take your word for it, but... Well... You think if we could really find it, you think maybe you could be done with the whole gang and criminal thing?
Maddie, we found that gold. We could do whatever we want. Come on, let's go.
You don't understand, Olivia. I could still see that spark in his eye when I asked him if he would be my best man. I know that Rutherford seems like a hard man. He seems like he's evil.
Do you know what he has done to our lovely town? He has shut women out.
You know how I told you that this was my best friend Johnny from the war?
Oh my God!
It's not. It is my best friend from the war. It's someone who saved my life. I could have lost more than my testicles that day.
You have my nemesis on your ass!
He is a good man. And I know that he was put in a difficult situation. He got into the mayorship to do some good, but he had to make some decisions. I had to make some decisions when I was in war. I didn't want to kill people. but I had to.
I know. So what are you saying? That
I'm
you...
saying that he's not this person that the whole town paints him to be. Olivia?
Are you asking me to step down from running for mayor?
Olivia, it's not that simple. Just give him a chance. I know that he's still in there. Just drop out, please.
I can't believe you're asking me that. Go ahead and get the door.
Rutherford.
Mayor?
Olivia?
So, has Maurice talked to you about what he's asked me to do?
Yes, he has informed me of his intentions toward you.
No, I mean about dropping out of the race.
Just because I disagree with you on nearly every matter of policy does not mean that I find you an unimpressive person. I just happen to think vastly different things are what's right for Beaver Pines.
Particularly the women. Women should stay home and make meatloaf instead of maybe having the right to have a credit card.
This country's bicentennial is near 16 years away. Women have had the vote for 40 of those years.
Ooh.
Less than 40.
And your point?
My point is I don't want to talk politics. I came here because family's not always the family that you're born into, that sometimes it's the family you make. And Maurice is my family, and if he wants me to stand by his side and support him in this union, then I will. That doesn't mean that I think Beaver Pines should be headed by a woman, but it does mean that I love him enough to put all that aside for you.
Do you love him enough to decline your mayorship?
Of course not. The people will decide the vision of Beaver Pines, and if they choose you, then I will abide by that.
Look at you. Look at both of you. We are sitting here discussing you joining me on my happiest day of my life and you marrying me, and all you can talk about is how either of you should step down from the position of power that you were placed in.
Maurice, I love you dearly, and I want to be with you, and I want to marry you, and I don't care who your best man is. I can accept you, Archie, but I have a greater good. The women of Beaver Pines need me. My God, they're being killed and abducted. They're having to go to Mexico City to get a credit card and an education.
I lost my left earlobe. And I did that all so that we can have these kinds of conversations.
You know, I would have lost everything, except I couldn't go to war.
Why do we have to keep meeting at the graveyard? Me and you.
The most private place I could imagine being. I got nothing.
Did you know Crystal was adopted?
Adopted?
She's not really part of the Johnson family. See, I thought at first that maybe that meant the mayor wasn't part of the family either. But now that I know she's adopted, it all makes sense. Don't you see? The father, Pico Johnson. He's the one who has everything at stake. If he found out that everyone knew one of his children was adopted, that would cast a shame and a pall on his whole family. You know what happens to adopted people around here.
Of course.
And you know what happens to families who are under the shadow of the shame of adoption.
Pico Johnson.
Pico Johnson.
I know exactly where to find him. What's the matter?
Oh my God!
So, maid of honor, best man.
Are we supposed to plan a soiree of sorts, or?
Looks like we'll be spending a little bit of time together.
I think maybe I might need some coaching on how to be more genteel. It seems my years in office has colored me a bit. I don't know.
So, I'm so sorry to hear about Crystal. You must be devastated.
Still reeling.
You know, we didn't finish our conversation the other day about the meatloaf.
Yes. I made an imprint of Rusty's thumb in the meatloaf using his greasy fingerprints as blueprint. It all seemed so trivial. Now I was gonna frame him and use it as leverage till my sister was found. She always ran off when we were children. He'd find her hunting
Funny enough.
armadillos in Texas, or
I have the meatloaf right here. Why don't you just go put your thumbprint right there? And yes, it's a little rotten. It's like 4 days old.
Rusty's thumbprint is too big for me. I molded it based on his imprint, his greasy fingerprint. Are you implying that I kidnapped and killed my own sister?
Of course not. Why would you do something like that? But why also would you frame Rusty? What do you have against him?
For leverage, because I need help beating Olivia and just... I swear all of you women are going to be the death of me.
Oh, come on, RJ. I know you have a heart somewhere.
That's not my heart, darling. What do you want, Violet? I swore that I put aside all this stuff for Maurice and Olivia. And we're supposed to be planning a soiree, tea cakes and champagne. And you come here accusing me. What do you want? What can I do for you?
I want to know what happened to my friend. She was the only friend that... Crystal's phone.
Oh, the mayor there?
Who is this?
Dr. Eastman.
Why are you asking for the mayor?
Word it has it that he's been visiting you at Crystal's place.
It's for you.
Hello?
Mayor, Rusty's in my office right now, and he's really distraught.
To hell with him.
That he says someone important died. He's so distraught he can't even talk on the phone with you.
All right.
I think you and Violet should come over.
To your office.
Yes, right now.
Violet and I. Why does she need to come? She's bothering me.
Well, she's with you right now, and I feel bad for interrupting your conversation.
Fine.